What's going on, man?
Brother, what is up?
What's going on, dude? This is
Dude,
it.
first podcast for me.
I know. I'm proud to be the host or somewhat of the host, right? Like kind of the both thing, but I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for this journey.
Dude, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah. Is it? I mean, it has been a roller coaster up and down, but I mean, I wouldn't, take anything back from it. I think we've both went through things that are, highs and lows, but we kind of came out on top a little bit and we're still going, right?
Yeah, I think that's the most important part. And I think the coolest thing probably to share with everyone is like, how, how did we even become friends? Like where did all this start? We have a podcast, but like
Yeah.
where's the
Yeah.
base? Like who are we?
Dude, it goes back. It goes back. We're gonna date back to what? I mean, it had to be like eighth grade, right?
Actually,
Technically.
seventh grade was my first year at LCA.
Okay, so yeah, so seventh grade. Yeah, middle school. So guys, this is the real deal. This is what true friendship should be like, you know? But yeah, no, it dates back around then. Kind of went through high school, into college. I mean, a little bit like college was a little bit, we both had different things going on. But other than that, we still kept in touch and everything and did a lot of stuff together. Had a lot of fun. And I think it's great to express our friendship here on the pod and just see like kind of where everything goes and kind of what I've been told to kind of show the personality side of us.
Dude, I don't think that's going to be hard. I mean, one of us is going to say something dumb, the other one's going to lose it, like,
Not
you know.
me, never,
And
never. I'm never gonna do
shout
that.
out,
I don't know.
shout out to any teachers that end up watching this. I think my favorite part, bro, to share about us is like when you look back at us becoming friends. I think everybody has this one person they go to school with, and it's
Mhm,
like you don't have to try to be friends. It is
mhm.
just so organic off the rip. Like,
I
bro,
agree.
we were laughing about things just from looking at. I could just look at you and lose it, and you know why I'm laughing. I know why you're laughing, and bro, like we
Yeah.
were just that was just us, man. Right out the gate, it was just natural.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think when you just it's gonna sound kind of weird, but when you just know, like you get an energy from somebody, and you're like, okay, like I can be genuinely myself around this person, like, and there's no like hiccups or anything like that. And I think that kind of, happened with us, right? Sitting in class and we're, the goofy class clowns a little bit, just a little bit, nothing too crazy, but we had fun, man. Apologize to some of our teachers in advance, but we
Yeah.
turned out all right.
Well, man, I always think of it like, for a lot of people watching this or listening to this, they're not going to know. But back in those times, I'm just a random skater kid at a private school, and Brian's playing football, and he's actually the first football player to become friends with me. And that's kind of where we built that friendship. It was just so organic. Like, dude, you were the first person that was just like, just so down to go hang out, do anything. I mean, you were one of a kind. I had never met someone like you. You usually think of like people playing football, you're like, well, they're not going to talk to a skateboarder, the guy that's getting yelled at by LUPD jumping down the stairs after school. You don't usually see that guy and the football player becoming friends, but dude, we hit it off the rip, and I mean, we've been through so much over the years, and to see us doing a podcast now, I mean, I know jokingly we'd always said we were going to do something when we were younger, but I didn't know it would be this, dude. So I'm
Isn't that the
pumped.
beauty of it, though? Isn't that the beauty of it? Like when things come circle around, we kept engaged. Like we were good. We were always in contact with each other in different areas of life, and we got to kind of use that goofiness. And I think the personalities kind of mesh well. I think you guys are gonna have a real treat with this. Genuinely, he feels that. I feel that. And I do genuinely appreciate those comments. I mean, I felt the same way. Like in a lot of ways, dude. Like, yeah, like I mean, dude, I didn't know skating worth anything. So it was like, but you know what I did respect, and it'll get more deep into it that you can talk about more of like your partially paralyzed arm and all that, and it's a really crazy story. But I can respect somebody who has all the that things to play the victim, and you chose to not. And did something that you love. And dude, I got on a skateboard one time, man. I fell so bad. About broke my ankle. I
Well,
was like, you know what? I mean, there's something to it. So
yeah, dude. I
um
mean, I appreciate that. I think I actually remember you rolling on the board a couple times in the school parking lot, and that was dope. I was just
yeah,
hyped to see you on the board.
yeah, that I mean, yeah, that was it though. That was it, man. I couldn't do no more. But yeah, I mean, I always kind of base off of, just because I, played sports and all that, like I just want people who are going to be genuine to themselves. Doesn't really matter like if you're playing football or whatever, like I don't know. Like I just never had that attitude, and I appreciate that you see that. But yeah, I mean, and honestly, when you're friends with somebody and sounds kind of weird to say it, but like but you just get it, right? I think we all can relate to that. And here we are.
Dude, it's crazy. So, guys, I think, and he made a really good point, but, the biggest thing with this podcast is, we welcome everybody to listen, to come hang out, be a part of this. I mean,
Mhm.
Brian and I have always been the kind of people, no matter what season we're in, even the seasons we're in now, like we'll talk to anybody, this is still human. It is about, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We should all be interacting with each other. We should love our neighbors, treat everyone how we want to be treated. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what this is about. Do you want to give them a little bit of what we're doing here?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Get me all fired up.
Dude,
Um,
I'm fired up. I'm on
Dude, I
decaf
mean, how
coffee.
could you not? Like, but yeah, so the premise, like kind of what he was saying was, still human, right? The whole premise of being still human. We kind of engage and see all these reels, see all these podcasts, and not that say that they're bad or anything like that, but I think a lot of people just give more of the highlights of life a little bit. Now, you're always going to do that to a degree, but I think the biggest part of this is that we have always been authentic to ourselves with our friendship, and I think that we can spread that. There's going to be some goofiness. You're going to have some stories, some good stories. It'll be fun, and
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So, I think that's going to be the best part is like to have that, but also have that mix of, having those serious conversations that we all have, what life deals with us. We all got a deck of cards that we have to deal with. And it's kind of how you react to it. So I think what makes this podcast so much fun is that we can kind of have like a hybrid of, okay, like we can be serious. We can talk about some real things. We can talk about, things that might help somebody out in this world, but also kind of realize that we are human too. We have things that we have issues. We all do. And we are continuously trying to work on them. And I think showing that and broadcasting that to people kind of have that relief of, saying, hey, at the end of the day, I'm still human, but I'm going to keep trying and have that 1% attitude.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I love that. You're firing me back up, man. Come on
Dude, we
now. Not that I
got
went
to,
down, but
man.
I'm even more up than I just was. I think the thing I'm the most excited about too is that, yeah, we've accomplished things, bro, but we've also been friends through the low times,
Mhm.
there's a lot of moments where, and we'll get more into podcasts to come about, your story, my story, just kind of helping people understand, it's, being in and out of trouble here and there for me. And then, sometimes you and I getting together, having a great time. Now we're both in trouble. Doesn't make me the greatest influence.
No, I mean, hey, I wouldn't either.
But
It takes two to tango, baby.
through it all, man, like we were just two regular kids that we're just trying to figure out life like everybody else. We're just trying to get through those hard times and sometimes just be able to laugh it off, man. And no matter what happened, we always came back around. But the thing that I will say is we never stayed down. We never stayed in trouble. We always got
Mhm.
back up. And the whole reason why life has kind of gone the direction it has is because we've always been able to take that pain or take that hurt and turn it into a purpose, whether that be together, whether that be some of those times that we were in our own alone season. I mean,
Mhm.
there's times, man, I haven't talked to you for 2 to 3 years, but when we catch back up, it's like we never missed a day.
Yeah.
And that's true friendship. That's really being there for each other. And I think the whole point of this is to help people understand that no matter what you're going through right now, I hope some of the stories on this podcast can really inspire you to show you that, Brian and I and future guests that are on here are just like you. We've all been through those hard times and you can't numb it. You've got to feel those hard times. You got to get through it. You got to get back up. And there is eventually a light at that end of the tunnel. And I think that's the whole point of this podcast is to show those downs and those times that we're all going through hurt, but then how we got out of it and how we move forward and how we helped each other kind of propel towards a better life. So I'm pumped, man. I'm getting more pumped as we're going.
The biggest thing that I kind of try to, it's real short and sweet, kind of what you're saying, like short-term pain, long-term, productivity, right? Or however you want to spew it out, right? Or success, or however you want to do it. So like the pain that you might be feeling right now, you can't react on it. As many of us want to quote unquote crash out every day. I want to crash out. But like at the end of the day, are we? Or are we gonna sit there and say, like, for instance, a good example, like, you get cut off in traffic and, you know, you say things you probably don't mean, and then 5 minutes later, you're like back to normal and no big deal, right? And now, if you would have, had that short term, pain and reacted on it, you could have had long term problems. So it is all perspective, and it's an exciting thing for both of us to really share people and to see how everything's gonna go. But
Absolutely. Hey, I gotta ask you though, how's that
yeah,
road rage in Charlotte, man?
dude, dude,
I
Charlotte.
mean, Ward's Road's
I
pretty
mean,
rough here in Lynchburg, but it's not Charlotte.
there's a give and take. Like, I mean, I like that people like want to move, like unlike Lynchburg. Um, people don't go 5 miles on the left, 5 miles over in the left lane, or just stay right here. Like, what are we doing?
So I
What are
gotta
we doing?
ask you, Brian, like, do people there actually know that a yield is not a stop? Like, do they keep going or do they just
I
stop?
mean, honestly, it's just a war zone. Like, it's just a war zone. I don't even. There's nothing there's no flow. There's no nothing. It's just did you get hit? No. Okay, that's good. It's just like any city. You're gonna have that. But at the end of the day, it's still an awesome place to be. Lots of things to do. It's a big city, but it's not overly crazy. It's definitely picking up, but I've only been here for a year and I've already noticed it myself. But no, it's still, it's a give and take situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one thing that'll be good to kind of add on here too
Yeah.
is, guys, let us know in the comments. Let us know things that you might want to see on this podcast. Like Brian and I have our own ideas and our
Mhm.
strategy of what we'll be posting. But I think the most important thing is that people know to reach out to us. What would be the
Sure.
best way that you would want them to do that?
So I think email would be good. We can put that email in the link when we post and everything like that. Kind of give us a shout out, see how, what they want to see, a little light side of it or whatever. And also like, I mean, comments on Instagram, all our socials. We're gonna have YouTube, TikTok, everything's going to be on there. This is no joke. We're gonna be consistent, still trying to learn a little bit of things, but as we build and grow, it's just gonna keep coming. So all of the reviews, everything that we want to hear, good, bad, or indifferent, like that's okay. That's fine. We want to hear it, and we want to learn and grow with you guys. So this is not just an opportunity for you guys to share, but like to do everything, but it has an opportunity for us to grow because this is new for us too. Like I've done a little bit, but this is kind of mainly our first go around. So definitely give us a shout out. Let us know. I will put everything in the link and everything like that. But 1 out of 10, Hunt. How fired up are you right now?
Bro, I'm amped. And guys, I want to tell y'all that it is very common for Brian and I to go on rabbit trails. Now, we're going to do our best on this podcast
We're gonna try to hone it
to
in
stay on
as best
task,
as we can.
We couldn't do that in school, but we're going to try it here. But you
Nope.
know what though, there's going to be a lot of passion that's going to come out. What I'm really excited about and kind of one of the reasons that we haven't even mentioned, but where we come together so well is in, the business that Brian has. He has really crushed it at learning like social media, learning the camera and the audio and all that kind of stuff. Like dude, your ability to edit stuff now back compared to when we were kids has changed so much, man. And for me, having two businesses of my own, I've learned a lot of like leadership and training. But the biggest thing is I'm just always learning something to share with people to help them grow. And I think
Yeah, I
you and
agree.
me doing this together, like we talked about, man, is it's just we have two completely different skill sets, some of the same skills, and we get to put that together and help everybody. And dude, you asked me how pumped I am. I'm beyond a 10. So
Good, good. I am too, man. I am too. Really, like Hunter said, man. Like at the end of the day, this is two people who have similar traits, but also different traits, and we both kind of come together, and we can see that hey, this is gonna work. I mean, Hunter like built something from the ground up in a lot of ways with how he trains and how he motivates people and gets his staff going. You guys have done a great job. I couldn't be prouder, because really, at the end of the day, like, it takes a lot of work and a lot of, like, patience and discipline. So, with that, and then with doing this, I think that this is gonna be a duo for the ages.
Thank you, bro. And I mean, I feel the absolute same way with everything that you've overcome and learned how to do. And dude, I just look back at us as kids being ridiculous and crazy, and I would have never even imagined we would be here, man. I didn't even know I was going to finish high school. You know, that's a topic for another time, but
But doesn't it make sense, though?
it does.
Doesn't it
We
kinda make so like, at the end of the day, like, yes, I agree, but then it does make sense, like,
we said it would
everything makes
happen.
sense. Yeah, something was gonna happen, something, and,
we
you can what?
I was going to say we got to when we get to a certain follower count, we'll have to release some good photos for the people. We'll save those for some good times, man. We'll have to let the people see
Yeah,
old B Dizzle and Hunt.
yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, they're, that 2012 era,
Absolutely.
so they're good, they're priceless, I keep those, I once in a while, I get a good laugh out of it,
Well, man,
but yeah.
I think we've given everyone a great kind of idea of what we're here. Is there anything else you want to
Yeah.
tell the people?
Yeah, I think really, guys, this is going to be something that, like we kind of reiterated earlier, that this is for the people. This is for people that have things that are going on in their life, and they maybe don't know how to exactly go about it, and maybe take some parts of what we've kind of gone through, and we can, you can use it. I mean, and we're still going through it too, so don't think that we're not either. Like we're higher up, because we're not. It's just we've kind of gone through a little bit and have some experiences. But at the same time, we're gonna have fun. This is gonna be fun, and it's gonna be goofy, and like that's what makes all of us still human.
Absolutely. And guys, last little thing too, so you guys know what to look forward to. So in some podcasts coming up here very soon, we'll have Brian going over his life story, how he got from, where he started to where he is now. We'll do another podcast where I do the exact same thing. So we got some really exciting things for you guys. We'll be sharing more about the journey, more in detail. It'd be too much to unwrap today, of course. And we also want to see your pretty faces come back. So
Yeah.
till next time.
Yeah, yes, sir. And then just be ready. We'll probably have this up soon. I'm gonna get working on it, and I'm excited.
I'm pumped.
All right. Well, round one done.
Peace.